Well, voices of dissent are becoming more apparent as well as louder within the Congress. The two-day introspection meet has turned out to expose the cracks which are appearing in the party. Just a day after loyalists of G. Parameshwar demanded that their Neta be suitably accommodated, Siddaramaiah has spoken up saying that even if he is not a chief minister for his term, the party will remain in power. Well, this is not the first instance of dissent. H. Vishwanath too reiterated his opinion that Rahul Gandhi is incapable of leading the party and must give over to Priyanka Gandhi. And clearly, of course, the introspection meet has gone on to turn into a blame game of sorts, as each and every person has gone on to state that it is the central leadership that's, in fact, responsible for this loss. But even as we're looking at different chief ministers paying the price for the loss in their respective states, is Siddaramaiah also facing the hate from the top leaders of the Congress? Considering his statement, no doubt there's a lot of speculation on that front as well. And with him making the same statement today, there's no doubt that a lot of people will be speculating on whether Siddaramaiah is in fact being shown the door. And medical students aspiring for PG seats continued their agitation today in front of the KEA office against the indifferent officials. Understanding the severity of the situation, the officials finally conducted the counselling. Here's a complete report. That bewildered look on the faces, the growing anxiety resulting in the protests. This was the scene witnessed in front of KEA office in Malleshwaram. The confusion over medical seat allotment continued as students took to protests for the second consecutive day. The officials who stayed mum yesterday finally broke their silence and put the confusion to rest. The seat matrix was to be released after including the number of surrendered seats and also unclaimed seats online. But the officials failed to do this. This resulted in students taking to protests against the slothful officials. The students took the protests to the streets, and there was a rift between the police and students. The KEA officials and the medical counsellors, sensing danger, began their work. They assured the students that they would clear the confusion regarding the seat matrix. The students, with no other option available, finally agreed to attend the counselling.
Actually, we were protesting for the missed seats that are been allotted in the seat matrix yesterday, which they had allotted. But there are about 18 seats difference in the seat matrix. For that, we were fighting. But now we got the information that tomorrow is the last date for the this admission in the private colleges, the government seats that are there in the private colleges. If we in case we not admit into the private colleges, those seats will be transferred into the management quota. So to avoid those things, and there are about 280 seats in that, 180 seats in that category. So to avoid that loss of 180 seats, we have agreed for the this one third round counselling.
The Supreme Court in its verdict had given June 29th, that is today, as the last day of counselling, and the officials were in a fix as they had to complete the counselling process amidst the protests. The students were also in a fix to get their counselling done, as tomorrow is the last day of admission in colleges. Any delay in the counselling would result in contempt of court. The delay in allotment of seats would also result in the transfer of these seats to private colleges. Taking note of all these issues, the officials requested the students to cooperate in the counselling process, and they also cleared the uncertainty hovering over the seat matrix issue.
Seat matrix was put day before yesterday. ಮೊನ್ನೆ ದಿವಸ ರಾತ್ರಿಗೆ ನಾವು ಸೀಟ್ ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿ ನಾವು KEA ಕಳಿಸಿದ್ವಿ. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಬೆಳಗ್ಗೆ ಕೆಲವೊಂದು ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿನಿಯರು ಬಂದು ಸೀಟ್ಗಳು ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರು, ಪೆನಾಲ್ಟಿ ಕಟ್ಟಿ ಅವರು ಸರೆಂಡರ್ ಮಾಡಿದರು. ಆ ಸೀಟನ್ನು ನೀವು ಮ್ಯಾಟ್ರಿಕ್ಸಿಗೆ ಹಾಕಿ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿದ್ವಿ, ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು, ಆಗಿತ್ತು. ಆದರೆ ಈ ಡೆಂಟಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲಿಂಗ್ ಮುಗಿದ ಮೇಲೆ ಮೆಡಿಕಲ್ ಕೌನ್ಸಿಲ್ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಒಂದೇ ಸರ್ವರಿಂದ 2 ಒಟ್ಟಿಗೆ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಲ್ಲ, ಒಂದು ಆದಮೇಲೆ ಒಂದು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಅದು ಅವರಿಗೆ ಕಂಡಿಲ್ಲ, ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ನೋಡೋಕ್ಕಾಗಿಲ್ಲ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಅವರಿಗೆ ಮನಸ್ಸಲ್ಲಿ ಏನೋ ಒಂಥರ ಅನುಮಾನ ಬಂದಿತ್ತು. ಆ ಅನುಮಾನ ಪ್ರತಿಯೊಂದು ಒಂದೊಂದೇ ಸೀಟನ್ನು ಅವರಿಗೆ ನಾನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ಪ್ಲೇನ್ ಮಾಡಿ ಹೇಳಿದ್ಮೇಲೆ ಅವರು ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಇದು ಆಗಿ ಬಂದಿದೆ ಸೀಟ್ ಅಂತ ಅವರು ಅಲ್ಲಿ ವೆರಿಫೈ ಮಾಡಿ ಒಪ್ಕೊಂಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ.
This is the first time that Karnataka has embraced PGCET. The confusion over seat matrix had caused tension among the students, leading to protests. With the officials now clearing the uncertainty, the counselling process has finally ended. Amrita, News9, Bengaluru. Moving on, they were asked to vacate the encroached area repeatedly, but they resorted to buy time till the situation reached a saturation point. The authorities then sought the court's intervention and got evacuation orders. And today, the process of evacuation took place under the supervision of the police. Well, scenes of this kind have become the order of the day in Namma city. Government agencies like BDA and BBMP are seen evacuating people from encroached sites at regular intervals. And today, it was the evacuation of dwellers of the Jai Bhuvaneshwari Nagar slum in Siddhapura. The slum board officials, with the help of 2 JCBs, demolished the illegal structures in the area. It was done under the supervision of police to avoid any untoward incident. The 512 slum dwellers of Bhuvaneshwari Nagar have been allotted alternative sites in Kudlu near Parapana Agrahara. Several of them have already vacated the place and occupied the houses allotted to them. Some of them had decided to stay back for reasons only known to them. But the officials of the slum board convinced them and made arrangements to transport their belongings to Kudlu. But there was another group which had not been allotted houses in Kudlu. They were staging a protest and urging the officials to relocate them before dismantling their structures.
ನೂರು ಜನ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ ಇಲ್ಲೇ ವಾಸವಾಗಿರೋರು. ಈ ಸದ್ಯಕ್ಕೆ ಇವ್ರ ಹತ್ರ ID ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ, ರೇಷನ್ ಕಾರ್ಡ್ ಇದೆ. ಇವರು ಕೋರ್ಟ್ಗೆ ಹೋಗಿ ವಾಪಸ್ ಬಂದಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಯಾರು 4 ಜನ ಸೈನ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅವ್ರಿಗೆ ಮಾತ್ರ 2 ದಿವಸ ಸ್ಟೇ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಇವರೆಲ್ಲ 4 ಜನ ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಸ್ಟೇ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಆದ್ಮೇಲೆ ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡು ಕೂತಿದ್ರು. ನಿನ್ನೆ ಸಂಜೆ ನಾವು ಸ್ಲಮ್ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಕಮಿಷನರ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡಿದ್ದೀವಿ. ಅವ್ರು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರು ನಾಳೆ ಏನು ಮಾಡಲ್ಲ, ಸೋಮವಾರನೇ ಏನಾದರೂ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ. ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿದರೆ ಇವತ್ತೇ ಬಂದ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲ ಹೊಡಿತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ. ವ್ಯವಸ್ಥೆ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ ಅಂತ ನಂಬ್ಕೊಂಡು ನಾವು ಕಾಯ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀವಿ. ಇನ್ನೂ ಮಾಡಿಲ್ಲ. ನಮ್ಮ ಲಾಯರ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಪಾಲ್ರಾಜ್ ಹತ್ರ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದಾರೆ.
Well, this slum area, which is spread across 5 acres, belongs to NIM hands. Though a lower court had issued an order for the evacuation, the slum dwellers challenged this order in an upper court. The legal battle was happening all these years, but 2 days ago, this court too issued an order directing the dwellers to vacate the place with immediate effect. It is precisely for this that the slum board officials had come here today to convince the residents and send them to Kudlu. On the other hand, a survey was conducted in 2001 to list the dwellers living in Bhuvaneshwari slum. Accordingly, 512 were identified as authorized dwellers and alternative sites were provided to them in Kudlu. But now, about 100 unauthorized dwellers are demanding sites for them. They had alleged that 2 to 3 sites have been allotted to one family in Kudlu. The slum board officials promised them to resolve the issue.
512 families who are already allotted in Kudlu. They already are voluntarily they have shifted and got occupied his own house. Actually, some applications we submitted as per the court directions. As per norms of the board, we verified and give them suitable endorsement.
Well, the issue pertaining to Jai Bhuvaneshwari slum dwellers seems to have been resolved for now. There are some residents who have neither houses here nor sites in Kudlu, but the slum board is confident about finding shelters for them. Maltesh for News9, Bengaluru.